Hi, Maura. Thanks for your time today. I really appreciate you joining. As you know, it's Women's History Month. I see you as a powerful woman in not only the asset reliability and engineering and AI space, but also just in the world in general. So thank you for being my first interview for my Sips and Software series. Sips and Software is going to be 3 to 5 minute interviews that just are really quick to give a highlight of some trending topics in the space. So with that, I want you to be able to introduce yourself to the community.
Colin, congratulations. Just want to say all the best to you. And I'm so excited to be Ichiban, number one on this show. My name is Maura Abad. I am the VP of Operations at Reliability Web, Director of Women in Reliability and Asset Management with WIRAM at the Association of Asset Management Professionals. And overall, I am passionate about life and I am a student in general. Every single day, I'm learning something new.
Well, there's no doubt about that. I recall having dinner with you and Terry a couple of years ago in Chicago. You were learning like your eighth language, adding AI as your ninth language, and now you learn the language of soul. So I heard you have a poetry book coming out. If you want to touch on that a little bit.
Thank you, Colin. Yes, it's about connections. And on the language side, I am in 10 right now between the ones that I study and I speak. Besides that 10, I also say I speak reliability with uptime elements, the artificial intelligence. I am learning digitalization every single day. There is so much new stuff going on. And last but not least, my new language, poetry. I have over 350 books. I am a
Wow.
poet now. When I thought I couldn't, I did it. And I'm super excited that my book is going to be released fairly soon. It's called number 42 because I am 42. 42 is a powerful number, and there are 42 poems for everybody to enjoy.
Wow, that's exciting. And I don't think cant's in your vocabulary. Every time you seem to be taking on a new challenge. And speaking of that, asset reliability, maintenance, engineering world in general has not been a very diverse space. And you've grown to become a pioneer and you've opened up doors for other women and leaders in this space. Can you touch about what brought you to this journey and how you've been able to push barriers and help others grow in this world?
Yes, 12 years ago, I started in the field of reliability and asset management, and there was a common phrase going on. There's not much diversity, there is so much women in the field, there are not many of them. What can we do? And then I attended a class on leadership, and it really gave me the strength to say, I can do this. I came back with the Association of Asset Management Professionals, showed them my plan on opening this group, and Terrence said, okay with it as the executive director. And here we are. We started 525, 100 women. We have now over 1,500 women in the
Wow.
field in different territories. And it's really causing an impact in the community. I want to say thank you to everybody, to you for giving us a space to continue promoting the group. For more information, Women in Reliability and Asset Management at the Association of Asset Management Professionals.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've opened the doors for sure. I have two twin daughters that were born this last December, and if they were to feel passionate about engineering or reliability, I think by the time they get to the age outside of university, they'll be in a good space to be able to take this journey on. So, with that in mind, do you have any advice for somebody now entering the field that's as it's evolving, or in general, how to relate their personal life to your growth journey?
Yes, first of all, believe in yourself, be authentic, be you. That's the first thing. Everybody else is taken as the phrase. But basically just believe, be authentic. And then partner with other people. You're not alone in the journey. If you admire someone, seek for mentorship, seek for advice, connect with others that have gone through the pathway. I usually when I meet people, I ask them, what would you do if you wouldn't have done this? And they do give you some things that it can be a shortcut, but sometimes it is important to walk the pathway, and shortcuts are good sometimes, but you do have to experience things for yourself. And I am a human. I do have my times where I do say myself, can I or cannot? The imposter syndrome can come to all of us, and that's what we need to remember. We are superheroes, superheroines. We can do this.
Yeah, and you're certainly brave and show that. And I've seen you grow on LinkedIn, build a strong community. I know that you're growing in Toastmasters, building a community there. Asking for a mentor can be a little scary. So how have you tapped into that braveness? Like what triggered that ability to just go for it?
Yeah, I mean, in my case, I have to be honest, I always tap into the philosophers. As one of them said, I know that I don't know anything. When you start from that humbleness on the educational side, everything is open to you. Then you can tap on doors just by recognizing, look, I want to learn more about this. People are going to welcome you. The first thing is just be humble with yourself, have the thirst of wanting to learn, and people will see that on you. More doors are going to open that way. And by that, I tell you, I continue learning, and one knowledge concept takes you to the
Hmm.
next one and takes that's the beauty about life. I am learning that, and it's just beautiful.
That's it's a good journey to be on for sure. And speaking of journeys, I'm going to jump to the technical side. You've worked with a lot of different vendors, you worked with a lot of end users, you've been in this space, and you've seen the shift in asset reliability and asset management in general. And now we've seen have heard AI for a long time, but now we're seeing a hyper focus on AI, generative AI, all sorts of things with AI. How is that impacting the world of asset reliability and maintenance in your eyes?
Yes, I want to plug that at Reliability Web, we have a few things supporting resources, the Internet of Things framework, the digitalization passport, implementation guides. And then, of course, the important part, we have a chatbot called Ray, Reliability Artificial Intelligence. We have gone to some plants where they don't have plans
Oh
to
wow.
use AI. There are other ones that are already diving into it because it's an ocean and you have to dive into it. My first advice is knowing that it's here, it's not coming, it's here and it's now. And what I have seen is that more people are getting ready for it. And the latest innovation, as you know, is agentic AI, where people are using agents to do different types of work. And again, the fear is, am I going to lose my job? What Terence O'Hanlon always says on the director of at AMP and CEO of Reliability Web, your job will be taken by people that know how to prompt, that know how to use AI. My biggest advice is educate yourself in artificial intelligence now.
Yeah, so you see it as a complementary tool to rise up for productivity, not to replace others.
I
I
use it
agree.
every day. You know, when I tell you about the poems, I have my own poems, but I also have a human machine collaboration
Oh wow.
support with the chat GPT. So I have a whole other series with that with chat GPT. The idea is that you have an idea and then AI can enhance it.
Oh, I mean that's a great, certainly a great way to use it, and I think that can take place in many different facets of life. Would you say that that's one of the more exciting visions that you see for AI? Like, what excites you about the future and the current present state of AI the most?
I mean, for me, it's the present. You know, the future is now. Let's
Yeah,
start with that.
that's a good
So,
point.
working every single day in your now, that's how you're creating your future. And again, the agents, I love that. The use of learning how to prompt even better. I continue diving into the metaverse, studying blockchain, digitalization in general, machine learning. It's all connected. And the more, again, you learn, it's another door that unlocks. So for me, I'm super excited. There is a lot of different conversations about fear, etc. I will say focus your fear into learning.
I that's a good point. So I think for closing, if there's advice that you have for folks to go towards learning, is there a resource that you would recommend, like where to get started, 101?
Yes, the quick two advices that I have. Number one is take care of yourselves, because that's really important.
True.
First, you start taking care of yourself, then you can assist others. The typical, the mask, put the mask on yourself, put the mask on others. And second, invest in your education. Now, for reliability and asset management, I can plug reliabilityweb.com, great resource. Not a human can consume in a lifetime. Reliability TV, reliability radio, different ways of learning for everybody. And then obviously you have the Association of Asset Management Professionals, you have LinkedIn, you have peers to connect, you have events that you can attend in reliability and asset management. The resources are endless. And that's the most important part. The most important thing is that you get plugged on what are the resources and that align to your objective because your aim must be clear. Otherwise, as Alice in Wonderland, any road can take you there if you don't have your aim fairly clear.
No, that's awesome advice. And you navigate the path that you see for your present, like you said, not let the future make its own path for you. So I really like that. I like how you tied that all together. Are there any other things that you want to tell the community before we sign off today?
That don't feel as you said, sometimes you might feel uncomfortable, sometimes you might be like, I don't want to post this or post that. I think as long as is educational, respectful, do share your voice. Everybody has something to share. Tap into each other. If you feel alone, ask for support. I like to always talk about mental health in every interview that I can. Just remember you're not alone. And as I always said, if you ever need to talk, connect with me on LinkedIn. You really, when you need to talk, you need to talk. Sometimes you have so much emotional pain, and when you share it, when you voice it, it seems lighter.
Yeah, and once you do voice that and you feel comfortable being uncomfortable, that's when you can knock down walls and you can grow and you can take your own path, as I like to say. So appreciate your time today. I think you're going to inspire others. I know that I honed in on inspiring just women because it's Women History Month and I'm tying it to my new daughters, but I know that you're inspiring men, women, and everybody in the community across the board, however they identify you're fostering growth. So really appreciate your support and everything that you do and watch and look forward to your continued success. Thank you.
Thank you, Colin.